I aim to motivate and inspire viewers to see the clothes they wear as an expression of their personality and their beliefs. This is the Slow Wardrobe. Come and have a look. Welcome to episode 42 of the Slow Wardrobe podcast. My name is Linda and I'm your host. We are in super sunny Greyshot this morning and I'm going to take you on a tour around my studio. I'm going to turn the camera around and then we'll walk there together. Follow me. I thought we'd start this tour on the outside of the building so you can see where it's actually housed. As you can see, it is a proper shop front and we don't do it much justice really because we use our space as a production studio. So to maximize the use of the space inside, I have kind of blocked off the view of a lot of the room inside and use a little bit of space in the front to show some of our creations. You can see the summer dress on the left, then the summer dress with a matching duster in the middle, and the dress in the neutral check on the right. And if you noticed, the white shirt was also hanging there. To explain to people how we work, I've recently put that poster up to encourage people to go online because visit to the studio is by appointment only. Of course, we've been completely closed for the last number of months because of the pandemic, but normally it's an appointment only system, which is really appreciated by our customers because of the opportunity that they have to try on things at their leisure and not be rushed or having to vie for our attention with others. So I've just gone into the front door and we're in the first room here. And what you see is my little winding station that I have set up. I wind hanks and mini hanks of all the different linen yarns that we carry, the linen 3-ply. And that is the electric skein winder that I made together with my dad years ago, with around the corner here this skein twister that I bought very recently, which is a lovely piece of kit as well. Now I'm going to guide you through the rest of that room, which is all to do with knitting and spinning, and this first little box is a new to me product that I've just listed on the website, which are called silk bricks. It is 100 grams of silk fiber for spinning. That rack shows all our knitted samples, and then next to it you see the higher needles that I still have left that are still on sale. And then moving on to the left are two racks with soliloquy, merino silk and alpaca boo in the 100 grams and then the 50 gram hanks. The rack to the left of that is all the linen yarn, and I'm focusing now on the rack with the Yak Blend 2 and the Trinity Twist. There are the 96 colors of darning wool of the French brand Sajou, 10 meters per little card, and in front of that is a box with the entire collection in it, which I sell as well. You see me there in the mirror concentrating on my filming. Here are some of the small bits and bobs, some of the like T-pins and darning needles, darning mushrooms, some of the cocoa knits, little tools that I still sell, like the stitch fixer, the little crochet hook, which is fantastic. And then there, hiding in the corner, is my sock knitting machine, which I will feature again. I featured it a long time ago on one of the podcasts, and I will do it a little bit more justice next time. It'll come back again soon. Then that cabinet has got all the cones of the linen yarn in it and some baskets with the last ever hanks of muga yarn that I have left over. And then just on the right hand side there you saw a little shelf unit with all the samples, the little sample pieces of the linen fabrics that we send out as a sample service. Now we're moving into the next room and we're moving one step closer to the heart of the building. These are some sale items of Layercake. Then those are the skirts, followed by the dusters in the medium weight linen. And then those at the end of that rail are the tail smocks. So that's the first rail. Then panning around, you see there two step tops, a small one and a large one. The small ones are coming soon. Behind it are the wrist rulers, and underneath the wrist rulers are the books. And then next to those two ladies is the rail with the step tops and the synergy tops next to each other. The step tops with the sleeves, of course, the synergies tops that come with a hanks of yarn to knit your own sleeves. And following that are the herringbone dusters. And next to the herringbone dusters, the entire rest of that rail is given over to the baggies in the herringbone specifically. Then moving on to the next rail are first the dresses. That's the leftover of the winter dresses that we still have, some of the wool dresses. And then we go on to the linen dresses, first in the heavier weight linen, in the darker colors and in the multi-checks. And then a very small selection of the summer dresses. That selection will be getting bigger very soon because of course we're heading into summer. And then the rest of that rail are the smocks, the knitting smocks. Then we still are only about halfway, because on this next rail you first see a couple of knitting projects that I have put on the website to sell as finished projects. Then follow a couple of palazzo trousers, and the rest of that rail are the mini tabards in the back and the regular tabards in front of them. Then you see a very tall rail with the overalls and the play suits, and the rail tucked in the corner behind it are the aprons, the baggies, and the high-low trousers. So you can see here how much stock we actually hold, even though it regularly happens that when you order a Layercake, we have to make it for you. And that's just because we do so many sizes and so many lengths and so many colors that even with this level of stock keeping, we're struggling to make sure that people don't wait too long to get their order. We still manage to keep any waiting time down to 4 weeks, so we're pretty proud of that. And I hope we'll be able to keep that going. So the corner that I just showed you with that pretty red dress is the corner where I do my filming of the podcast. We'll come back to that corner in a minute. And now I've moved through to what really is a little corridor with a door to a cellar, and the side of that corridor we have transformed into a dressing room. Then next to that is a stock room, and I'll show you in a minute. This is the rail where finished garments that are waiting for the rest to make orders complete are waiting. So those garments are all spoken for and are waiting for other halves of orders to be complete so they can be sent. And behind that rail are the yarn stocks. Then this is part of our fabric stocks. You see wrapped rolls of fabric on the right and rolls that we're in the middle of using on the left. Here are some shelves with packing materials and threads, sewing threads, and pieces of fabric that we use for things like pockets and stuff. And then here is another big area of stock fabrics. Remember I told you that I was going to try and stock up on fabrics towards the end of last year because of Brexit and import struggles. So we are still swimming in fabric. We're still going strong with that. Now this is Andrea's workroom. In the front there you see our very powerful iron, and then in the back are her overlocker and her sewing machine. And as you can see, she's in the middle here of making some palazzos in the bitter lime color. So the big table is where all the cutting of fabric takes place, and what you see there moving back out of the room is a stack of sewing patterns in the thick cardboard in different sizes. Those are all the strings of fabric that I use, the self edges, to tie up orders with. And then last but not least, here is yet another corner with our medium weight linen tucked away behind it. So all the white linen for the shirts is there, and the colored linen for the summer dresses and the dusters is there as well. So lots of fabric still for us to use. Hello! And I'll move back now to the front room to show you the corner where I do my podcast filming a little bit better still, and to do another little focus on that dress, which is going to be a new summer dress that we'll be launching very soon. This is the first sample that we made, and as you know, we try out samples and wear them and do a lot of testing and trial and error before we decide whether it's ready for launch or not. I will talk you through my outfit. I just wanted to show that I'm wearing the apron, but I've put it at its shortest. So it's quite high above my waist. And then you see even better how the cross straps on the back pull the apron around to nip in at your waist. I hope you can see that. I'll try and put a picture of it here as well. I'm wearing them, the red pinstripe apron with my black herringbone baggies. And yes, in case you want to ask, I've changed the mirror in the studio. It's actually a mirror I had at home on my mantelpiece, and we swapped mirrors. And I like this one so much better here. We're also happy with the other one at home, but my gosh, it's much more contemporary and much more in keeping with the whole look of Layercake, I think. But I digress. I just wanted to quickly show you what that apron looks like, and to highlight that the special apron offer is valid for this whole weekend still. There are the other two. And I hope you've enjoyed this tour.